Shalom family, I'm back. Sorry about that. My camera just cut off. So I'm going to continue it out. I'm at verse 29. I'm in 1 Kings chapter 18. And I'm going to continue to read at verse 19. And it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied until the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto all the people, Come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him. And he repaired the altar of the Lord that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord. And he made a trench about the altar as great as wood contained 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and lay him on the wood, and said, Fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. I'm going to skip down to 35, verse 35. And the water ran around about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice that Elijah the prophet came near, and said, Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, let it be known this day that thou art God in Israel, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Lord, hear me, that this people may know that thou art the Lord God, and that thou hast turned their heart back again. Then the fire of the Lord fell, and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces, and they said, The Lord, he is the God. The Lord, he is the God. Okay. So in verses 24, 25, 26, the verses I read concerning Elijah and Israel, Israel gathering together, and Elijah is asking them questions, about, concerning the Most High God and Baal. He's asking them a question, okay? That was in verses 20, 21, 22. But in the other verses, it talks about how, they were trying to get not their God, of course, not the Most High God, but how Israel was praising this God. They was cutting themselves, trying to get that God to do miracles or whatever, to respond to them, and they were just cutting themselves, trying to get that God to respond to them, but it wasn't working. So Elijah was mocking them, like he was laughing, like, oh, he must be asleep, blah, blah, blah. So he's messing with them. And in verses 32, 33, 35, 36, going to 39, it talks about how Elijah took the 12 stones according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob. And he took the stones, he built the altar, okay, in the name of the Lord, okay, and he made a trench about the altar as great as wood contain. So he's doing all of this. So he called out to the Most High God. Once he did what he did, you read those verses, you will see what Elijah said, because I'm not going to go through it. The Most High, he showed up, and he showed out. So once he did that, the children of Israel seen that, and they bowed down to the Most High God. And once that happened, Elijah had those false prophets killed because that's what the Most High wanted. Because they lied to our people. You know, they led them astray. So we are so easy influenced when it comes to these other nations and these other gods. We are very easy minded. But when it comes to the Most High Word, the Most High God of Israel Word, we ain't trying to hear that. We're not easily guided. But of course, that's in the Most High will. So to you false prophets, you know who you are. I don't. But the Most High God of Israel knows everything and he does everything. So I'm not the type that expose people. I stay out of people's business. But I see things and a lot of things I know. I'm not finna say nothing. So to you all Israel that's being led astray, you need to open up your eyes. If it's in the Most High will, he will lead you to that point and you will see. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. I'm going to stop right there. But yeah, so I thank you all for tuning in to this video, Israel. So I will be coming back with more teachings. Don't know exactly when. It's always whatever's in the Most High will. Most High God will of Israel. So our praise be to the Most High for letting me come to y'all with the video and to be able to teach again. Loving it. So yeah, shalom family.